actress whose incredible body of work includes, but absolutely not limited to, and if I say something you like, make some noise. Kick-Ass 2! Army of the Dead! Invincible! She was the one I guess, yeah. Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children! Yellow Jackets. Arcane! Star Trek Prodigy! Yeah! Fallout? Ocala Comic Con 2024! Please welcome Ella Purnell!
Hello. Hi guys.
Hey, welcome to Ocala!
Thank you. Oh, hello. There's a microphone. Thanks. I've never been here before. This is very exciting.
Have you been to Florida before?
I've been to Florida. I went to Miami. Miami. I went to Miami. Yeah.
Big difference between Ocala and Miami.
I'm sorry.
A big difference between.
Yes. I'm gathering that.
All right. How's that? Okay, a lot less feedback. Great. Well, thank you for joining us here this weekend. What I always do when I have a solo guest like yourself, I just kind of like to go into the origin story of your art, which is what drew you to acting.
I was a child actor. My mom drew me to acting. I did like baby modeling when I was too young to remember it, because my mom's friend needed a baby to wear some clothes, and so my mom was like, yeah, you can have my baby. And so I did that, and then yes, I always loved singing and dancing. I was a musical theatre kid. A couple musical theatre kids in the house. And then just kind of kept going. I think I did my first musical when I was 9, my first film when I was 12, and here we are today.
And the rest is history. You've done excellent body of work, both in front of the camera and some really solid work in animation as well. I'm always curious about this. What was it like doing that pivoting into animation? What were some of the challenges that you get used to that?
Well, Arcane was actually my first voiceover audition that I'd ever done. I think I got my voiceover agent like a week before. Sorry, I'm not used to being able to hear myself speaking.
Yeah, I know.
It's really throwing me off. But yeah, it was different. I asked some of my friends who have experience doing animation, what's different. And they told me a few tips, like practical things, like you're supposed to like smile with your voice, whatever that means. So I tried to smile with my voice, and was very physical in the booth. And I guess you just have to kind of animate more. The thing that was really difficult was the efforts. When you're like fighting or eating and you make like weird sounds that you would never usually make.
Yes.
Well, I hope I don't make them because they're very weird. So that took a little bit of getting used to.
What was the strangest effort you've been asked to make so far?
Oh my god, I did like a video game, and there was a lot of pushing heavy objects, which really just sounds like you're on the toilet having a hard time. And we did those like for like an hour of pushing. It was embarrassing. That's the truth.
Heard some crazier ones. One actress once said, like, I did a video game and like my character's being thrown into a wood chipper. It was just like, where do you even start with that? So that's absolutely crazy. So again, so many big projects, but I think a big one that's on everybody's mind now is Fallout, and what a remarkable project. Yeah, please.
Thank you guys.
Video game fans have been burned so many times by live action adaptions, and it's nice to see they're getting better. And again, that project is just it just captured it so very well, translating on in, and I was just like, oh, okay. It's like, oh, okay, all right. So how did that come about for you?
I met with Jonathan Nolan, Geneva and Graham, who's the writer and director, before I'd even read the script, before they even sent me the script, because they really wanted to explain the tone. Anyone that's played the games or seen the show knows it's like a very specific kind of dark comedy. It's very quirky, very fun, whilst also being about the apocalypse. It's quite bleak. And they wanted to explain that to me before I read the script. and then read it and just fell in love with it. And I know I knew of the games. I hadn't played the games before, but I knew of them. But it's all in the script. The tone, the world building, all of that stuff is in the script, and I just fell in love with the world, really. And obviously my character, I thought she was really funny.
I think it took me a whole year. Finally, I just grabbed somebody and said, okay, what's the deal with the video game with the guy going, and they were like, oh, that's Fallout. Oh, that's Fallout. Oh, okay. And then if I had a housemate, God, I watched him like play it for months. So
right.
Yeah.
I also knew that guy. I knew the Fallout guy, but I didn't know he was from the game and the show and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. It's simple as the show. So, well, again, congratulations on that. It's been a wonderful bit of experience. And again, you've been involved with so many fandom-based projects, genre-based projects. A regular shoot can be crazy enough, but when you're dealing with special effects makeup, green screens, locations, for anything involving cape swords or ray guns, that kind of makes things even crazier.
Yeah.
So, out of all this body of work, what's been the strangest or craziest or loopiest day you've ever had on a set?
Like, honestly, every day on Fallout was just insane. In particular, I would say the scene where I'm fighting the Gulper, you know, that like 15-foot mutated salamander with like fingers in his mouth. That was great. So Jonathan likes to do as much for real as he can. He doesn't love doing a ton of CGI and green screen, so that they built that puppet. That was like a real, you know, they had the head and then they had the rest of the body. And so it was really inside that dude's mouth, just getting like fighting him, covered in slime. I mean, it's insane. I have like missing a shoe. It's just like, and it's also 100 degrees, and I'm opposite Walton, who has head to toe prosthetics, right? He plays the Gore. And it's so hot. This guy's head to toe prosthetics, waistcoat, jacket, hat, everything. He's like sweating out of his eye holes. Not his eyeballs, the eye holes in his prosthetics. He's like sweating out of them. It's just like the most insane experience of my life, where you just take it in your stride.
No, absolutely. So, and again, thank you for Arcane. It's absolutely too. Absolutely so much on that. What's got a project coming up? What can you tell us about Sweetpea?
Sweetpea. The trailer dropped yesterday or the day before. What is time?
Yeah.
But I'm excited about it. So I executive produced it, and it's a British show, but it will be out on Stars over here in the Sky Atlantic in the UK. Comes out October 10th. Thank you. October 10th. I knew that. October 10th. It's about this woman who is overlooked in her life. She was bullied when she was younger, and she sort of tried very hard to hide away from her bully to avoid getting picked on, and as a result, when she becomes an adult, nobody sees her. She's invisible. She's a total wallflower.
Right.
And she finds her power by killing people. And
that's one way of doing it.
Yeah. Listen, we don't endorse murder. But yeah, so she sort of is this kind of coming of rage story, is what we like to call it. It's based on a book, but they're very different.
Yeah.
But the books are fantastic, really, really good. And yeah, it comes out soon. I'm excited for everyone to see it.
Ooh, as do we. All right, Stars. So we'll definitely check that out as it arrives. So, well, thank you for indulging my capricious curiosity. But before I jump out in the audience and take their amazing questions, on behalf of myself and everybody else, I just want to thank you. I want to thank you for your talents and your professionalism, and for all the performances you brought to these roles. You've brought a lot of smiles and a lot of joy to a lot of people and a lot of different fandoms. And so thank you for that.
Same.
Of course, my pleasure. Is this one gonna work? Okay, all right. Okay, so we know the rules, so we'll start a line right here, and whoever wants to go first, you'll get 2 pieces of candy, so I'll bribe you on that. All right. What? All right. Okay. Hey, what's your name?
Max,
What you got, Max?
I was just wondering if you had to record lines for Arcane at the same time you were filming Fallout, what was it like balancing those two characters? If you
I
had to?
did actually, a couple of times. Voiceover is just such a long process, because you record your lines and then they go away and they animate it, and that could take years, and you do it episode by episode. And then they might change the lines, you have to redo the lines, and then you have to go back and do ADR. So it really I think the first season for me even took, I know they were working on it a little longer before I came on, but it took me 3 or 4 years. But it's just a matter of scheduling. It means working on the weekends. It means you don't get a weekend, basically. But it's worth it.
Oh, there you go. Thank you. Great question. Hi, what's your name?
Hi, my name is Adrian. I was wondering, hypothetically, if Jinx and Victor were to interact, do you think there's like a friendship there, potentially?
Yeah, I think so. It's hard to say with Jinx who she's gonna like and who she doesn't, and what she's gonna do. She's so unpredictable. But in my optimistic brain, yes, a long-lasting friendship.
Is that the outcome you hoped for?
We'll see in November.
Good answer. That's what I should have said.
Hey, welcome back. What you got this time? Introduce yourself to this audience so they don't.
So my dad asked me to ask this to you. How did you...
Oh, where's your dad? Where's your dad? Where's your dad? Where's your dad? Okay. All right, we're not doing this. Okay. Okay, Dad, what's your question?
How did the catchphrase "Okie dokie" come about?
How did I come up with it?
Yes.
Oh, it was the writers. I don't know. That was in there from the moment I came onto the project. I mean, I remember in the first meeting they described Lucy as Ned Flanders in the Apocalypse. So I was like, well, why isn't it Ocala Comic? Because everyone knows that's what it. Maybe season 2, maybe.
All right, Dan, thanks for that. Okay. Hey, what's your name?
My name is Millie. Do you have any advice for like someone who wants to be an actor?
That's a great question. I do. I have loads of advice. What I will say is, your career is defined as much as, if not more, by what you say no to. I think knowing what you want, what kind of actor you want to be, having role models, having, having an idea of what you want it to look like and the kind of projects you want to do. It doesn't even have to be things that you like watching. I love watching comedy. I've never done a comedy in my life. They won't hire me. I don't know why. Thank you. I needed that. So yeah, I would say just say no to more than you say yes to.
Okay, Billy, there you go. And for I'll give you this. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint. It's not a race to get to the finish line first. It's just to get to your finish line. So good luck in your journey, and I hope to host you on this stage today. Hi, what's your name?
My name is Nash. So I wanted to ask, similar to a question like what she just asked, I wanted to ask, like, what inspired you to do acting? Like, I came into this panel late, so I'm not sure if you already answered this, but what made you want to do acting?
Well, so to the guys, before I was a child actor, so I got into it really originally. I just loved musical theatre. I loved singing and dancing. And there was a point in my career, I mean, I've been doing this for over 20 years, and there was a point in my career where I didn't want to act anymore because I didn't feel like kind of what I said earlier, I didn't really know what I wanted, and I felt like I was doing roles that weren't really inspiring or fulfilling me, and I had to sort of fall back in love with it on my own terms, and for me it was about being challenged in new ways, getting to do things that you would never usually do, learning new skills, researching new time periods and people, and just getting to treat every experience as a way to grow as a person. And what a great job. Like, yeah, that.
There you go, thank you. Hey, what's your name?
My name's Tyler. What in the Fallout show? What do you think the hardest part or scene that you filmed is?
Of what, sorry?
The hardest scene that you filmed.
Honestly, I think the finale. I won't say too much for anyone that hasn't gotten there yet, but it's a lot. There's a lot. You know what I'm talking about. There's a Lucy. Well, I'm like a human spoil machine, so I'm like really doing my best here. Lucy learns information that is quite devastating, and there's a lot of emotion, and we actually reshot that ending twice because there were so many things. There's explosions, there's a fight going on, you meet all the characters, Lucy's learning this devastating truth. And it was really hard to get that last okie dokie when she stands up. Oh my god, I must have done that hundreds and hundreds of times. I just wasn't nailing it. So that was tough.
There you go, great question, thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, what's your name?
My name's Nathan. do you think you're going to get a chance to wear the T60 power armor? And if you could play any superhero, who would you play?
I wish they would let me wear the power armor. I have a habit of breaking things. I'm a little clumsy. So I don't think they will. Also, it's not gonna fit me as much as I would like. Maybe they'll make me one. Maybe season 3. I don't know. We should write to them and tell them. And my favorite superhero? Oh, if I could play a superhero, Spider-Man would be cool. If you could make Spider-Man a girl. There is Spider-Man, right? See, I know so much.
All right, there you go. No candy for you, because that was 2 questions. I told you the rules. But it's a good Daredevil cosplay, though. You're welcome. All right. Hey, what's your name?
My name's Danny. I was wondering, this is kind of a long-winded question, but given the characterization of Jinx in League of Legends compared to Arcane, what did you personally bring to the character to kind of give her more of a third dimension?
Well, when I got onto Arcane, they were very, very clear with me that they wanted Jinx from League of Legends and Jinx from Arcane to be different characters. You know, like cousins, not even sisters. They didn't want me to play the games or research the character at all. So I really, still to this day, don't even know the distinctions that you might be talking about. I just went off how they described her to me in my audition. And the audition, by the way, was like 3 hours. This was like an intense, I was in the booth, I watched a little bit of stuff that they had already made with Fortiche. And I was really just touched by her vulnerability, actually. And like, yeah, she's crazy and got some trauma and whatever. Yeah, we know. Don't we all? But she also has so many different dimensions, and I wanted to really show that with the character.
Great question.
Thank you. Great question.
Hey, what's your name?
Lori. On a scale of 1 to 10, outside is Arcane Season 2.
You're trying to get me sued, huh? I'm gonna go for a 5 because I'm scared of saying something.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Hey, what's your name?
My name is TJ. I just want to say first, you're a great actress. I love Fallout. My big question is, you've done so many roles. I know Sweetpea is coming. What is your inspiration when you have to go into that range? How do you do it?
That's a great question. I think, I'm going to give a 2-pronged answer because when it's emotional stuff, music really gets me in the mood. I have a playlist. Oh, sorry, I keep doing that. I have a playlist that I listen to when I need to get sad. But also, I think it's actually about shedding. I think it's about shedding self-consciousness and any kind of inhibition, like the thing that makes us all humans that exist in society, especially on something like Sweetpea or Jinx or Arcane. You have to lose that level where you're conscious. You can't be conscious of the people around you or the cameras. Like, you just need to go wild and just let that come out of you. It's very therapeutic, very freeing.
Great question. Thank you. Hi, what's your name?
Hi, my name is Max. So first of all, I just want to say I loved your role in Fallout and of course Arcane. Great performance. I watch it 24/7. I just wanted to ask, who's your favorite character between the two, Lucy or Jinx to portray as?
Oh, that's like asking me to choose my favorite child.
Give me dog.
I really can't pick. I really can't. I love them both for different reasons. I think every job that I do and every part that I play does change me a little bit and shape me a little bit, and I definitely take parts of that character with me when I go, and they're so different. And there's this thing when you're not supposed to judge your character, so even when Jinx or even Rhiannon in Sweetpea are behaving badly, it's like I really just feel empathy for them. So in my eyes, Jinx can do no wrong. She's fine.
Who do you prefer? It's not so easy, is it?
Yeah.
I do like Lucy a lot. I love her quirkiness, and then in the end when she just became, a badass.
Yeah.
Candy? Is that the right answer?
Yeah,
All right, there you go. All right, she approves. Okay, there you go.
Thank you.
All right. Hey, what's your name?
I'm Kenny. So, my question is, thank you for playing the Fallout character. So, since you've starred in a post-apocalyptic world, my question is, if you could take one skill, one item, one anything, to actual post-apocalyptic Fallout, what would it be? A skill? An item? Yeah. So what would that be?
That's a very good question. Kenny, was that your name? Nice to meet you. Oh, what a good question. Okay, from Fallout specifically, I would say don't light a fire after dark. We should know this by now. It's like the one thing that just keeps coming up. No one has ever in a post-apocalyptic thing been like, no, we should definitely light this fire right now in the dark. So that's what I would say. In reality, in an apocalypse, I would be the first to go. I can't run that fast. I have very little common sense. It's not happening for me. But I'd have a good time.
Kenny, what would you take? What's the one skill or item you would have?
Space shuttle, because if you go to space, no enemies.
This kid is living in the future, you guys. Okay, let's hear it for Kenny. Thank you, Kenny.
Hey, what's your name?
Bray. If you were in Arcane, what do you think you would do? Like, do you think you would be from Piltover? Do you think you would be from Zon? And like, what would you do in that universe?
Oh my gosh, I've never been asked that question before. Again, I don't think I would survive very long in either places. I kind of think I'd actually be like Powder if Powder had stayed as Powder. You know, just a little clumsy and just surviving. I don't know. I think, or I'd want to be some sort of like mad scientist. But again, like, who would hire me? I have no qualifications. Are there actors in Arcane? I would do that. Can I do that?
Fun question. Thank you. Hi, what's your name?
Lala. My question is, what is your favorite vault of Fallout 4 and your favorite line?
My favorite quote? Vault? Girl, I don't know. You're testing me. I don't know. I actually can't remember. I have not played the game since before I shot the show. What was it? Vault and favorite?
Favorite line.
Well, War never changes as a classic, right? I gotta go for that one. I don't know, but I'll tell you, in the show, it's not 4. It's not Vault 4. They get up some weird, creepy stuff. I don't want to know about that. I'm gonna stay in 33. It's nice. It's safe. Well, it was safe. I guess it's not anymore. There's nowhere safe. There's nowhere safe in Fallout.
Great questions, but because you asked 2, he gets your candy. But good questions nevertheless. Thank you. All right. Hey, what's your name?
My name's Jay. I love your role in Yellow Jackets. It's like one of my favorite. Like, it's amazing. I was wondering, do you believe that Jinx is good mental health representation?
Well, I think Jinx needs therapy. I'm a big therapy gal. Like, I think everybody should go to therapy, even if you don't have trauma or you don't think you have trauma. It's insane to me that we are built with these incredible organs in our body and no one teaches us how to use them. It's wild. We get taught like the most efficient way to study and revise and like learn information short term for a test, but we're not taught like, here's how you breathe right, or like, here's how you quell a panic attack. Like, it's wild to me. Do I think she's good mental health representation? I think it's a big responsibility that the writers are faced with, and I think they did a very good job showing the realities of what trauma can do to you. And I think it's good representation to see that in its raw, messy self. But again, we don't condone murder. That's the takeaway from this panel.
I think we all agree on that. All right, great question. Thank you. You're welcome. Hey, what's your name?
Roman. I know you haven't played the game in a while, but have you checked out Fallout London?
No, I should. I have a lot to do after this panel. I'm gonna go home, I'm gonna download some stuff. They told me to play Fallout 4 And so that's the only one that I have played a little bit, and I'm really not very good at it, and I need to play it more, and I will. That's my promise to you.
There you go. Hi, what's your name?
Name's Shelby. I was wondering, so I know you did went to a lot of crazy places to film Fallout. If you could go anywhere to film a movie or scene or TV show, where would it go?
That's a great question. Tokyo is really high on my list of places I want to go. Thailand, wouldn't that be cool? I've never been to Berlin. I'd really like to go to Berlin. You running out of candy?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I have so many places. I just filmed this really stupid but amazing horror comedy in Wales. And I'd never been to Wales previously. I don't know if anyone here has been to Wales. It is beautiful. You should all go to Wales if you can. It's gorgeous. Very countryside. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you. Fun question. Hey, what's your name?
My name is James, and what was your favorite scene to film in Fallout?
My favorite scene probably was the one where, you know, when he's using, the ghoul is using Lucy as bait and dipping her in the water. That was the funnest torture scene I have ever done. It was so great. I got to do most of, if not all of my own stunts, and that one in particular. And, you know, it's mildly terrifying knowing that you're like tied up and you have no way of getting yourself out of the water. Like, I could have died, 100% could have died. I'm sure someone was keeping me safe, but it didn't feel that way. But that was the day that it was 100 degrees. So I just got to be in the water. It was great. Walden's like crying out of his eyeballs and I'm just like floating like a mermaid. It was fantastic. Yeah. That's
What's your favorite scene?
I don't know.
You like all of them?
That's okay. It's okay to not know.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great question. Thank you. Hey, what you got?
So hi, I'm Steven. So you might not be able to answer this, which is cool. I was wondering if you could say anything about where in production Fallout 2 is, because I read online that it was going to be renewed. Have you gotten the script? Has shooting started? Nothing specific, just the status of it.
I know nothing. I haven't even gotten a script. I don't know if they're deliberately withholding information. I don't know if season 2 is improv. I know nothing. I know absolutely nothing. I wish I did. It'll happen when it happens, you know?
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
No problem. Hi, what's your name?
My name's Clover. Oh my god, that's my voice. Oh my goodness. I was wondering if there is like a specific song that you like or have listened to in recent that kind of gives off the vibe of Arcane Season 2?
That's a fantastic question. There's honestly so much happens. There's a reason it's coming out in 3 parts, you guys. So much happens. I don't think one song could encapsulate all of those things. Maybe Bohemian Rhapsody. That's got like 500 things going on. Let's go for that. Something chaotic.
All right, that works. Fun question. Thank you.
Yeah, good question.
Hi, what's your name?
Skylar. So when you're in the booth for Arcane and there's like no other actors around you and sometimes the animation isn't all finished, how do you like channel Jinx's energy and get into the mindset to
That's a really good question, and that's probably the thing that the note I get given the most is to amp up the energy, because I think even when I think I'm giving it 100%, that's like Jinx's 10. So I have, you know, and it's just about really trusting the directors and the writers, and just, it's really just, it's blind faith is what it is, and just whatever they say, you do it. And it's really good writing, you know. Jinx doesn't ever really say like casual, normal things. So as soon as you read something slightly quirky and chaotic, it kind of brings it back. They'll also do this thing where they play you lines. You know, if it's been a while since your last session, they'll play you the lines so you can remember how you did it, and then you kind of just like practice it a few times to get back into that headspace. Yeah.
Oh, fun question. Thank you. All right, here. Give me somebody. Okay. Come further up, because you got the whole rig here to see this.
Oh, much better.
Yes. Hi, what's your name?
My name's Carissa.
What you got?
So my question is, what do you think sets Arcane apart from other animated series?
Oh, wow, that's a great question. I think it's so many things. I often think like a successful anything is yes, built on talent and definitely built on hard work, but it's also slightly luck. It's all of the things, it's like an amazing recipe. It's like all of the things coming together in just the right amount to really nail something. And I think with Arcane, the music is phenomenal. It, takes years to make. Fortiche is incredible. I think visually it's very different. I don't think I've ever seen anything that looks like Arcane. It's also quite a feat to make people cry from an animated series. Humans, we really we read other people's faces, and that's what makes us feel emotion. And to be able to do that off an animated, a drawing that someone's hand done, and it's not, it's not a human face. It's difficult. So I think the writers are just, and the actors, are just, it's a little bit of everything.
Great question. All right, stay right there. Stand up. Come on, let's do a quick one. Jinx, and Jinx.
You guys look amazing.
Yeah, let's get it. Come on, get in here. A big smile. Yeah. Okay. All right. The Ocala Comic Con social media department thanks you all for that. So, okay. All right. Great. Hey, round of applause for our cosplayers. That was good, right? What did I tell you? So, you got a lot going on here. What's your name?
Albert. I had enough sugar space, so no candy. Do you think the season 2 of Fallout, the final resolution, will be all the main characters playing a game of basketball with the main cast of Family Guy?
I wish. You should be one of the writers on the show. I hope so. I have no further comment. What do you think? Do you think that's what we should do?
Like, it'd be pretty cool to see the goal.
I think so.
Sports all across the court. Get official NBA commenters. I don't know, right? Any reason they used to ride all this long. It could turn out good. Could resolve the entire conflict. Couldn't even stop making games, just end the whole Fallout. That's it.
Maybe they just need a good game of basketball.
Let's start the hashtags. We'll get that going. Thank you. Great cosplay. Oh, yeah. There you go. You're welcome. All right. There you go. Thank you. Hey, welcome back. Thank you for getting me that's I appreciate that. So, what you got this time?
Emotional wise and voice acting wise, what was the hardest scene or lines to film for Jinx?
I won't say anything about season 2, but in season 1 it's the finale. Oh my god, it's so heartbreaking. Again, I won't spoil it for anyone that hasn't got there, but it's the betrayal is so sad. And you really just, at that point, you recognize that, Jinx is just unstable. She's just unstable, and she really needs someone to save her and believe in her and believe that she can be good. And, you just desperately want Vi and Jinx to work it out. It's so sad. Thank you.
Hello. Oh, okay. Hi, what's your name?
Jaslyn. How easy or hard was it for you to get into that headspace of Jinx? Did it come naturally after a while, or was it just bam, that's it? You're in it?
After a while, it does come naturally. It depends on how long it's been in between sessions, and definitely sometimes when it's been a couple years, I can't. I have to be just recap me what happened in the show so far. At the beginning, it was. God, it's so long ago. I'm trying to remember. Definitely in the beginning, we worked quite hard to find the balance between fun and crazy and chaotic and all of the things everyone loves about Jinx, but also, like I said before, those grounded moments of vulnerability. And sometimes I would. Oh, sorry. I just said sorry to a microphone. Sometimes I would lean too far one way or too far the other way. So it's about striking that balance. But you do so many different takes and then really just leave it up to the editing gods. And to a certain extent, it's out of my control. Whatever they choose to do with it, it's kind of, I can't really do anything about it. Just hope that they're really good at their jobs, which luckily they are.
All right, one for you and one for your friend. All right, there you go. All right. Hello, what's your name?
Stephanie.
Hi.
So huge fan of you ever since you played Jackie in Yellow Jackets.
Thank you.
So seeing you on Fallout was completely overwhelmed with emotions. What, as a fellow Wesleyander, would you include in your backpack as someone who's always over encumbered when I'm playing? What would be your favorite pre-war foods that you'd bring with you?
You're talking Fallout stuff.
Oh yeah.
See, I was I'd bring my Nespresso machine.
Absolutely.
You know what I wouldn't bring is Spam. I I ate so much spam for that show. Spam's good when you cut it up real thin and then you fry it. Don't judge me.
No, I agree.
Right? It's not good when you eat it out of the can. Same with the deviled eggs. There's actually very little I would want from Fallout. The deviled eggs in the show, we made them of marzipan, and there's the scene where I've got Wilsig's head and I'm eating deviled eggs. Look, marzipan's great. I love marzipan. I did not sleep that night. I was like this in my bed, just like full of sugar. What would I bring? Okay, water. What's the, oh my gosh, Nuka-Cola, I'd bring that. Electrolytes, you need that, right? I can't think of anything else. My brain is like, I don't know, it's like 3 a.m. for me right now.
Oh, I'm definitely bringing some, I was going to say spam actually myself, but if I can find some purified water, yes, obviously.
I'm just going to stick with you. You've got everything we need. I've got the coffee.
There you go. Fun question. Thank you. Hey, what's your name?
Spartan Andrew 110.
What you got for us, Spartan?
Well, full disclaimer, I haven't seen Fallout yet.
That's okay.
Only thing I know from it is what your doppelganger over there has told me about it. Sorry, I had to throw you under the bus there.
No, actually, multiple people have come up to me asking if I'm you, and it's fantastic. Yes.
But my question is what would your reaction? I know they've seen like Lucy's reaction to coming out of the vault. What would your reaction be from coming out of the vault to a post-apocalyptic world?
I'd turn around and go right back inside. Wouldn't you? Oh yeah, okay.
Of course, a different game. That's not bad.
I just want to take a nap.
There you go. Fun question. Thank you. Hey, what's your name?
Sam. What kind of music did you like to listen to before you filmed your scenes for Fallout?
Great question. A lot of 50s stuff. There's also a lot of Fallout playlists on Spotify. So I didn't even really I usually make playlists for every character. And I did for Lucy in the second half of the show when I felt like I was moving away from that 50s style. But I just listened to all of the ones that already existed on Spotify. A lot of 50s stuff. That World on Fire song that I can just never get out of my head. I don't want to set the world on fire. It's just on repeat for like 5 years. Just will not go out. And then actually one song in the finale is As the World Caves In by Matt can't remember. Matt something. Great guy. But that's kind of about like the bombs raining down and it's the end of the world and there's only one person you want to spend it with, and it's very finale of Fallout. Yeah. What's his name?
What's your name?
Lincoln. Was it really hard to keep the American accent when doing Lucy and Jinx and portraying the emotions through it?
Not anymore. It was. The first time I did an American accent, I was 15, and I've worked with dialect coaches my whole life. Big believer, you should, even if you know the accent, you should just always do it. You can never be too careful, and I think it helps also get into the character, and you can kind of do it acting work at the same time as the dialect work. Well, when I was 15, I stayed in the accent the whole time. It's a very embarrassing interview of me out there. This is why child actors shouldn't be child actors, is because everything you do when you're a child, it just exists forever on the internet. There's nothing you can do about it. It's a very embarrassing interview of me at 15 as Ella doing an American accent. And all the comments are like, why is she doing this accent? Because people on the internet are mean. But yeah, you can find that somewhere. I stayed in the accent that time, but now I can kind of just go back and forth with the help of a dialect coach.
There you go. Thank you. Welcome back.
Oh, I
What's
can.
this time? All right, so late on it.
So, I'm not really a big Fallout fan, but my dad wants to know,
Well, then ask your dad. Dad.
How much did you improvise while playing Lucy on the show?
A few times as I got more comfortable. I would say whatever the cult vote is, I think that's episode 6 or 5 or something. From that point onwards, because Chris Parnell, who plays, the guy with the one eye, he likes to do a lot of improv. So you kind of have to just bat whatever he throws at you. And then I got a bit more comfortable. A few of the holy molies and oh gosh and those kinds of things. A few of those were me. And also by that point the writers trust you trust the writers, there's a bit more of a collaborative spirit. First few episodes everyone's just trying to get by. So a little bit, but also the scripts were so good. I kind of didn't, there's nothing I could come up with that would have been better than what was on the page. Also improv kind of scares me. That's the truth.
All right, Dad, heads up. All right, one for you. All right, good catch. Okay. Hey, welcome back. What you got this time?
So I didn't say it last time, but Jinx is such an amazing character, and I know that me and a lot of other people can really see parts of ourselves in her, and I know a lot of that is to do with the performance. So, I thank you so much for Jinx. But I just wanted to know, somebody asked what the hardest line to record for Jinx is, but what minor scene did you have the most fun in season 1 recording for Jinx?
You know what? It's in season 2. Let me be careful. There is one scene where I feel like Jinx is sort of herself again. And it was really fun. It was really fun to play. That's it. I'm so scared of getting sued. But I'm excited. I'm really genuinely excited for everyone to see season 2. I think it's so good. Really.
After season 2, we'll ask that question with greater clarity. Thanks for trying. Okay. Back again for the hat tried. Okay, what you got this time?
Got one more. Also, Matt Maltese is the one that sings this one.
Thank you, Matt Maltese. Okay.
My question is, I'm not going to spoil it for anybody, but do you personally believe what Silco told Jinx at the end of the finale? Because I know a lot of fans fluctuate on that, on whether they believe him or not. I want to know, you personally, do you believe?
I can't remember what he tells her. What? I don't know. And sometimes it's okay to not know. That's the moral of this story.
And we'll all find out.
Sorry, that's a terrible answer, but
No, that's fair. That's absolutely fair.
I gotta be myself.
All right, well, come on up. Come on
doppelganger.
The doppelganger. Okay, what's your name?
Queenie.
And what you got?
So when you naturally get into a character and you're there and you're in it, do you ever take anything home, any mannerisms from characters or anything like that? And how do you get rid of it? How do you become yourself again?
It's a really good question. Okay, well, first of all, okie dokie, I can't stop saying it. It's just part of my DNA right now. And I think that's okay. There's worse things to have be a part of your DNA than okie dokie, I think. I do, you do take bits of your character with you, or do you bring bits of yourself into your character? I don't know, I don't think anyone will ever know. I will say that it's sometimes hard to remember who you are when you're working a lot. I went through a period where I did 3 films back to back and I was not taking care of myself at all when I was working. And I got home and I remember opening my closet and being when you don't know what to wear, but it was on a big meta scale. So I was like, who am I? What clothes do I like wearing? I couldn't even remember I couldn't even figure out what kind of music I liked because I had just been so, I wore other people's clothes for the last year and a half of my life. So now it's important to me that there's a slight ritual involved with what I do. On the way to work, you get into character. On the way home from work, you get out of character. And showers now are very important because it's more than just getting clean. I'm also becoming myself again. That's probably going to sound really pretentious and actory, but it's true. You spend so much time trying on emotions, and after 20 years, that does kind of grind you down a bit. I don't know. Just gotta shake it up. Shake it up.
Oh no. Okay, first of all, you get a blue one, obviously. Obviously, another round of applause for our cosplayer. We are just about time, so unfortunately, we'll have to close the line. Or apologize to everybody that she'll be back at the table. Real quick before we don't want that feedback. Before we go, anything else you got on the horizon you are allowed to share with us?
No, just stay tuned. Sorry. That was your fault. Stay tuned. We got The Scurry, which is that horror comedy about killer squirrels. Sweetpea, Arcane, Fallout, and maybe some other things.
Stay tuned.
Thank you so much for the questions, everyone.
Yeah, before we go, you want to take a picture with the audience?
Yeah.
All right, everybody, let's everybody come towards the stage, not on the stage, towards the stage. We want to take a picture of our amazing guests and all of you.
Oh my God,